Welcome back to the mighty dungeon. This is a story about how I let Twitch chat make up a one-shot for me to run on the spot for 2 of my mighty dungeon players. We needed a location. We needed to know why it was cursed. And one strange thing about the swamp, the players weren't watching the stream and had no idea what was coming. But they did know they were in a swamp, headed to investigate a small town run by elves that people had gone missing in. It features Danion, a human paladin, and Gabi, a little goblin cleric from Shard. Before long, they ran into a small grung in the wet path. There is a frogling just standing maybe about 5 feet from you. He just goes, "Sup?"
Oh, hey.
Hi, sorry.
Salutations and well met, my good friend.
Yeah, welcome. Hey, do you wanna come to State Swamp? It's the safest place in the whole continent.
What's your name?
My name? Soup.
Did you say soup?
Soup, yeah.
Gabi, it is starting to get a little dark out here.
I hate to be upfront about this, but do you have protection?
You're looking at it, friend.
Soup then took them into the town center of State Swamp. There were halflings, humans, dwarves, and lots of grung, but not an elf in sight. They were quickly ushered to a small stall that offered not potions, not items, not weapons, not armor, but protection. Come on, guys, right over here. This is exactly what you need.
Well, all right, Garbs, I guess we go on in.
Sure, it's Gabi.
Well, it was a sort of a pet name.
I am not a pet.
No, it's a turn of phrase. Guy Paul, I didn't know you were so sensitive about it. Gabi, yes.
Thank you.
Trying to cut off one of those syllables to make it a little simpler, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's not worth the trouble.
All right. Gabi, from now on.
Thanks, Dan.
Okay, see?
And you walk over and you see there's like a little stall. And at the counter of this stall, you see a human. And he has a very pencil-thin mustache and that goatee that's just like the straight line. Thank you, Soup. Appreciate that. We got a couple of newcomers in this town. Welcome to State Swamp. It's nice to see ya. Are you in town for the old traveling carnival or for some other reason?
Traveling carnival?
Yes, sir, indeed.
Yeah, actually, we're in town for safety, I guess, is the main reason we're here.
We, here at the State Swamp, provide a little tiny bit of a service for an extraordinarily small fee. What if I could tell you that I could guarantee your safety? If anything should ever happen to you within these town limits, I can personally, and on behalf of the State Swamp, guarantee your safety.
Okay, you mentioned a fee for this. How much are we talking here?
Oh, just a simple, a 1 gold fee. I'll take your gold,
Wait
and
a
all you need is a
minute.
little signature right here.
You never talked about signing anything.
Well, I can't guarantee your protection if we have no reference to who you are. State Swamp is the safest, most beautiful place in all the land.
Well, like I said, I'd like to sign up, but we don't really do signatures where I'm from. We just swap blood with our hands.
After politely declining their protection, they explored the town, but not long before they witnessed an accident take place. Accidents do happen, and you see a human go, "Oh," and he's holding this giant sort of barrel, and he sort of stumbles, and he drops it on a frogling, and you hear the frogling kind of go, "Ah!" And the guy just goes, "Oh no, oh no." And the frog doesn't look very good.
I'm gonna dash over there.
Okay. The man ran away from the scene, but Danion chased after him.
You okay, Frog man?
And another frogling kind of pulled the barrel off the frog. The human that dropped it is just kind of like, "Oh no!" And then turns around and just starts running.
I'm just going after him.
You're going after that guy? All right.
Oh,
Gabi, you get right down there.
I pick up the frog's body and go,
Breathe!
Okay. So after a couple pumps, he just kind of, I think my bones are broken. Ow. And you run after this guy.
Excuse me, you cannot. It is a felony to leave the scene of a crime, my good man.
It was an accident, I swear. I'm
Then
so sorry.
why did you run?
Because they so rarely happen in this town, and I just never thought that I'd be a part of it. And I don't know if I'm covered.
Covered for what?
Protection. They might press charges against me.
No.
They'll ruin my whole life. They'll take away my family.
They'll take away your family.
Yes,
But you'll be fine. Oh God.
And my barrel business. My name was Derek.
Derek, let's just go back. We could apologize.
Oh, okay, but you won't leave my side? You'll vouch for me? It was an accident, right?
Absolutely. And I'm going to kind of puff my chest up and put my arms on my hips. Do not worry, my friend. I will. I sort of look up to the sky away from him. I will never leave your side for as long as I breathe on this planet. You will have my protection. This I do so vow to you.
A little much, but okay, I believe you. After convincing the barrel shop owner to come back, the doors to the main hall in town swung open, revealing a man escorted by 2 dwarves. The man was a charming, young human wearing blonde khakis, a red shirt, and a smile on his face. I still have a little bit of bone breaking.
And I'm going to cast Lay on Hands.
All of my bones feel better. It's like it never happened. That's because nothing ever happened, right? Nothing ever happened.
Oh, wait, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, you probably even imagined it after eating the mushrooms that you frogs always eat, right? Like this, maybe you were just dreaming it. The frog's like, yeah, maybe it was.
Okay. Eric, what do you do? This is not what we discussed here.
He's like, no, it's fine. This is perfect. Thank you so much. You're solving my problems. That's great. And at this point, the 2 dwarves and the human wearing the red polo shirt come over. Is everything all right here?
Well,
is there some kind of accident? No. There was absolutely no accidents. Well, okay. Well, my name is Jake, and if you need anything, I'll be around. They're here to protect you.
Oh, so you're the protection in town. You're what the 1 gold piece gets us.
You could kind of say that I represent protection. I represent security. I represent all that's good in the world, you know?
Let's go to the circus.
What a wonderful idea. But I gotta ask, everybody here got protection? And everyone around you just kind of like, and they all kind of like reach in their pockets and they pull out like little pieces of paper. And as this happens, Derek tries to slide behind you again to hide behind you. Jake looks at you 2 basically and is like, are you guys, if you're going to the circus, I highly recommend to get yourself a little bit of protection from State Swamp. It's your life. You can live it however you want to live it. But life can be dangerous. So that's why I recommend the finest of protection from State Swamp. He just kind of awkwardly like looks at you and smiles. Upon arriving at the circus tent, they were stopped by another grung. As you get over to sort of like the opening of the tent, it's closed and there is a frogling there, and he has the top hat and a cane and the suspenders. And he goes, "You need a ticket." But they had a way to get in. A plan.
Danion here knows all about circuses and carnivals. I thought maybe the 2 of us could star in it tonight.
Well, I have been working on a tight 5, but it's not quite there yet.
The frog kind of waddles over to you. He says, "Well, can you give me your tight 1 right now?"
Do it.
What's the deal with carriage food?
It's funny because carriage food is horrible.
Hold on a sec. Let me go. I'll go in and I'll see if there's an opening for an act for later, maybe.
Are we gonna wait out here for him to come back?
No, let's go in.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna
Go in.
So you walk in.
God, here I am like, be honest and up front, and now we're sneaking into a circus.
You walk in and there's a dirt path leading to the center, and there's a big spotlight shining down on the center area. After entering, they notice an act that is already happening, or lack thereof. The grounds in the middle of the tent were empty. Moments later, an eruption of dirt spouts from the center of the ring. A large armadillo-like humanoid creature emerges with an enormous worm in his hands. No, wait, a baby worm. A baby purple worm. The armadillo let go of it, thinking it was dead, but it woke up and lunged at the crowd. Ah! Ah! As the purple worm starts to get up and then lunges at somebody nearby in the stands. The armadillo goes, "That's not what's supposed to happen! Everybody stay calm!" And he's just waving his arms wildly, and then he starts to turn around towards this purple worm like baby. It's still huge. It's bigger than
worm baby.
It's bigger than an anaconda for sure. Some people, it's weird. Some people are still cheering.
Being a paladin of light and goodness, I'm gonna unsheath my sword and just start running towards it. Back to the depth of hell with you, foul beings!
Yeah, you cut and slash, just, and this thing rides.
Good job, Danion.
And it goes after this human, and then when it gets sliced, it coils up and around, and it looks back at you. There's no eyes on this thing. It's just a large circular mouth with hundreds of fangs inside it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to hell, foul beast.
So I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna try to get a hold of them. We'll try to stop them together. They cut and pummel the worm before the armadillo rolls over and takes matters into his own hands. But something didn't seem quite right. The armadillo grabs this purple worm with both of his arms and then pulls him backwards. And he just starts wiggling like this, and the purple worm just kind of like smacking, and all the people in the stands are like getting blown out of the way, and there's the stands are breaking, all the wood's like flying everywhere, and he's just slapping the purple worm up and down and down and down and down. Yeah, just trying to slap him. He's just going at it. The worm is now grappled, boys and girls.
Okay.
Get out of here. Run for your life.
He goes, "Oh no, I have protection."
Oh no.
Danion, as this whole thing is happening, the armadillo's got it, and he's like, "Go for it!" And you see the moment, and you just slice straight down, and you cut it in two, and it just starts gushing blood and mucus and all sorts of stuff from the middle. The armadillo kind of
riding it out.
Yeah, the armadillo is just got this wiggling half of the worm, and he's just like, "Oh, nice. What a show, everyone!" And he starts spinning in circles with the worm as it's bleeding, and it's like all of its guts are just like oozing everywhere, and people are just like, "Yeah!" as it's like hitting the like blood and stuff, it's hitting their faces, and they're like, "Yeah, yeah!" After taking care of the worm, the Barbershop Frog came out furious that the two had snuck in and become part of the act. And
so we're just left out here covered in worm guts in the middle of the stage or the ring.
And the Barbershop Frog comes out and is like, "What is the meaning of this? I did not give you permission to be a part of the act."
That was an act?
Now they had to actually perform.
So am I just doused in the bright lights with people just staring at me?
There's half of a writhing worm, and then you guys are all like in the center of the ring.
I found something out.
And start waving to the crowd.
Yeah, it's what did you find?
The human didn't have insurance.
Which one? Yes.
Destroyed by the snake.
The one right over there, you mean? Well, feast your eyes. Are you ready, Gobby? I'm gonna throw you up as high as I possibly can.
What do we do?
You're kind of looking over to the guy that's wounded. You feel the pressure of Gobby's foot, and you just hoist and start to run. Mm-hmm. And then Gobby, instead of going up, you go out. But the thing is you tuck into a ball and you start flipping so fast that you start to look like the armadillo but green.
So I'm going to quickly touch the human on them and just heal him He
goes, "No, don't heal me. I'm not protected. I can't pay you. All the money. I didn't want these services." At this point, the frog gets up off the stands and starts walking over to you, Danion. He looks back, and you see this big, burly, shirtless human guy, maybe about 6.5 feet tall, and the human that you just healed is like, oh no. And the big burly guy gets the human, grabs the human, and picks him up.
Are you taking him to some sort of medical tent or something?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't like how you said that at all.
After the big shirtless human takes the injured man out of the tent, they get a troubling prize for their efforts. The piece of paper, it says, voucher, 1 free day of protection. And then there's probably about 7 lines of text you cannot read. It's so small.
Okay. I got a bad feeling about our friend that got hurt.
Did you hear what I was trying to say to you?
That he didn't have insurance or wasn't
think
covered.
That's what they do to people in here. They have everyone come in, and if you don't have insurance, they get you. But I kind of want to stay and become a part of the act.
What?
You know, that was fun.
But what was more troubling was the sound of another barrel breaking outside. It was Derek. Oh no! And you hear another barrel break somewhere outside.
What?
There's a halfling with a barrel on top of him. You see Derek just running about 50 feet away. He's just running away. It looks like he's running towards or around the large government building. Everything was all leading back to the state swamp offices. It was time to confront Jake about the town.
Well, looks like we have one final circus act.
I'm gonna point at the building.
What's going on?
Everything.
You see the man in the red shirt and the 2 dwarves. He greets and nods at the big burly man and kind of steps aside, and he gets taken inside. And you also sees Derek run down the alley next to his building too. And you see he kind of looks over at him as he's running, kind of nods. Oh, hi. How can I help you guys? Did you guys enjoy the circus? Somebody did.
Yeah, we wanted to talk in private about how we can help improve the circus business.
Oh, you see all sorts of people. You see humans, some, the only people that you have not seen are you haven't seen any half-elves or elves around. Everyone seems to be doing crazy amounts of paperwork. Jake turns as you're walking and says, so how you're enjoying the town? How's it going? Are you enjoying State Swamp and everything we have to offer here? It's a great place to live, isn't it?
No, it seems extremely dangerous to live here, actually.
It can be. That is very true. It takes a very observant person to notice these things.
Does it, though?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, accidents are the worst. That's why we do what we do here, to try to protect everyone as much as we can. But before being led to his office, they panicked and asked for a tour.
Before we go in, I'm hoping for just a tour of the place. All right, Danion?
Yeah, tour. Yeah, that's it.
I mean, you've seen pretty much most of it. We run kind of an open concept office here.
Where'd that one guy go? The human. The one that got hurt.
He's like, you know what? You're such a cute little guy. I gotta give you a tour. Jake showed Danion the cubicle of a strange old turtle who was etching magical runes into the contract. This is where Gummy works. And you look over there and you see there is a turtle wearing glasses. And the turtle is using one of his long sort of turtle fingernails, and he appears to be like etching things into the contracts. And in his cubicle, it's all like there's like moss growing and leaves, and it just looks like this one cubicle is slowly being taken back over by nature. So there are 2 other doors on either side of his office. The door is locked. Gabi then had another strange plan.
I need to use the bathroom.
Oh.
Yeah, small bladders, you understand.
Quickly.
Stay outside.
I'm gonna go in the bathroom.
Is it okay if I have one of my associates wait for you, or?
No.
I'm gonna try to kill some time in there.
Is it lawful to create a contract with magic properties to them?
Probably not.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic over by the turtle.
So around the turtle, magic, the whole cubicle, magic.
Yeah.
You also see traces of magic on pieces of paper throughout the office. Gabi, Jake outside is like, you doing okay in there?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to start walking over to Jake as he's talking to Gabi. Excuse me, Jake.
Hey, Danion. Gabi's still in there.
Yeah, he could take a while. Don't worry about it. It's a goblin thing.
Okay.
So I couldn't help but notice that I see that you are using magical properties on everything in this building here, which I know by law, that is not ethical whatsoever.
I mean, listen, hey, let's stay calm here.
Yes. Now, Mr. Jake, earlier you did mention that you
Anderson, Miss Jake Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Why is that so funny?
No reason.
Okay.
And I can't help but notice the only people who do get hurt around here are the ones who do not sign up for your contracts. Now tell me, why is that?
Because our contracts provide protection. Of course, that's why.
Because I don't have protection and I haven't come into harbor.
If not today, maybe tomorrow. But with protection, never. While Danion interrogated Jake about the magical contracts, Gabi slipped back out, and after exploring the office, discovered a huge safe room, like the kind of safe you'd find in a bank. It was way more complicated than anything he's picked with his thieves' tools before.
Jake, come on, pal. The jig is up, huh?
No, there's no jig and it's not up.
Why, there it is, and it is way up there. Well, I thought it was a one-time thing, was it not? That was what was presented to us in the beginning.
Yeah, so that is what we call the initiation fee. And then what's going to happen after the fact is that fee is going to incur at the end of every sun cycle.
So day.
Yes, every day. Yes. He kind of cocks an eyebrow at you a little bit. Gabi, make another Thieves' Tools check. Somewhere on the left-hand side of the safe, you see that there's a little red button that is now lit red. As Jake realized that Gabi had snuck off again, Danion was trying to get his attention, but couldn't draw him away from the blaring sirens of the vault alarm, signaling to everybody in the whole office that something bad was happening. All right, now, Gabi, do your last Thieves' Tools check. And something clicks there's sort of like a lever handle near the door of the vault. As you start to see the sliver of light coming from within whatever's beyond the vault, you also hear a Jake still kind of cocks an eyebrow and maintains eye contact with you. Whatever contract we might have extended to you at the point of you entering this town has expired. And this is when Jake revealed his true self. As Jake from State Swamp went full Terminator, his skin starts melting.
No.
Yes, Jake's skin just starts melting off of his face. Steam starts coming off of him, revealing that Jake, underneath, appears to be a Warforged. Well, looks like it's time for your happy little accident.
I won't let you take advantage of anyone anymore, Jake. And I'm gonna swing my sword at him.
Not part of the contract. Contract not signed. You hit the metal part of his body. It doesn't seem to do much. Not covered. At this point, you are able to push it open. Inside, you see what drags your attention away from the gold. There is a gigantic pile of colorful gems in here.
Cool.
The alarm's still going,
I'm going to pick up a couple of the colored gems and look behind me.
You see Danion in the middle of the office trading blows with a Warforged.
Danion?
A little help here, please.
All right, here we go.
And then you see a radiant flame come above the Warforged.
Okay, you see this giant Warforged just looking down at you, ready to attack. And then all of a sudden, you start to see little flowers and vines start to grow on Jake's metal body. As you see in the corner, the turtle kind of holding his hands up towards Jake.
No.
The turtle in the back cubicle was casting healing spells as they battled the duo. They knew they had to do something about the turtle.
Okay, so I need to get this thing. I need this turtle off the board. Take my attention away from the Warforged and take a swing at the turtle.
You cut him right along the belly,
Oh, sorry.
And he just goes, oh, and he just falls over. Just.
Oh.
I feel so bad.
And Jake.
That's exactly what I wanted to do.
And Jake goes, Turtle was 700 years old, not covered by contract. Elderly, not covered.
I'm gonna smash this gem right now.
You can't, not strong enough. No, why did you even try? And you get a sense of worry from him now.
Hey, Jake, what do you think of your precious stones now?
And I'm gonna toss a hopefully lit torch by now into the vault.
And you see him, he starts to like panic. Look to the vault, look back at you, look to the vault, back at you, back and forth, and then still continues to move on towards the vault.
Yeah, this is way too cool to pass up. I'm gonna run into this burning vault with this bleeding oil robot and just keep swinging. Am I able to do my best to essentially like bull rush him into the vault?
So right as he's about to stab you again, Gabi, you hear like the the footsteps of someone picking up speed, terminating contract, picks up the dagger, and then just collides with the Warforged. You just shoulder check football style this Warforged. Just boom with your armor. And he goes flying and tumbles into the vault. The fight blazed through the office, spells igniting some of the paperwork. They fought all the way to the back of the office where the safe was located, and with one final shove, sent Jake through the open vault and shut the door.
Close the vault.
Come on, Danion, help me.
No, not protected. And he starts to come towards the door right as you, and you just start hearing clang, 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 clang.
Save the turtle.
I was just gonna say that. Should I save the turtle?
Please.
All right, fine. I'm gonna go and just really try to drag this tortoise out of this burning building.
They pulled the turtle out of the offices and saw dozens of puzzled people waiting outside, with all the paperwork burned and the spells of the magical contracts and bonds broken. State Swamp was no more, and the heroes saw one last thing. You start to see confused people and frogs and other beings start coming out, and they're all kind of like scratching their heads and looking at each other. The last thing I remember is signing a contract. Yeah, I remember that too. And also you see on the outskirts of town in the trees, you start to see the faces of elves. Oh. And that's the end of the one shot. Hey, thanks for watching another Mighty Dungeon D&D story. This video is brought to you by all these lovely people who keep this channel going over on Patreon. And we'll see you next time on the Mighty Dungeon.